what I'm going to do, first of all, is I'm going to tell you about the two different types of bouncers. You see a bouncer, typically, and you can get two profiles. One profile is wearing all black, we're not smiling at all. Okay. ID, please. People looking like that, right? But that's just a profile. Okay? A bouncer as a real, true security professional is a person who is like a psychologist and someone who's very in-depth in behavior modification, behavior analysis, and a sociologist. We have to deal with this. So there's a bouncer of the light side who's has good integrity. They're not here to hurt anybody. They want to make sure everyone has a good time and we all walk out at the end of the night and we're cool. And there are bouncers of the dark side. And those are the guys who are knuckleheads. They're abusive. They have no regard or respect for anybody, and they show it to you from the first time they open up their mouth. Okay? So, that's the first characterization. If you're going to a club, you need to understand that there are two different types of personalities. Dark side bouncers are gentlemen who are on a power trip. It's about them. They will be abusive to your significant other. They might not like the way you dress out of one group and dispel the whole group with no logic whatsoever. And those are the guys who, if you throw one person out, 4 or 5 bouncers will jump on you and put the boots to you. Those are dark side bouncers. Light side bouncers, we're not to do that. Most of the people that bounce with us fall in a couple of categories. Most of the bouncers that we work with are former vets. Why? Because we have a discipline. We only use enough force to make the opponent stop. We're not trying to break your leg or break an arm or put you in the hospital or kill you if necessary, unless you push the envelope. Okay? The dark side bouncer loves to hurt you and put you in the hospital with no thinking or rationale whatsoever. So, military, guys who have had some sort of security, police training, don't get it twisted. All people who are police do not make good bouncers. Yes, sir.
How would you suggest dealing with bouncers from the dark side?
Don't.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to get into the club, don't be submissive to the point where it's embarrassing you. The guy's asking you his question, it seems a little bit out of line. Follow the directions, so once you get past him, you're in the venue. The caveat on that is that if that person, that dark side bouncer, is going to be abusive to you and yours, instead of having the altercation, walk. There are other clubs. There are other venues that you can go to who will be glad to take your money and make sure you have a good time. We've done a lot of clubs on the east side, down in the Soho area, in Chelsea, didn't understand. Bouncers, I don't want you to do this. You don't do that? My money spends. Some of the people here, some of my client friends are in this crowd. You never had a problem. Some of these guys have spent thousands of dollars in a night. They didn't come by themselves. They brought their company or their colleagues with them, and they were doing a celebration. If you don't want me to come to your club, it's okay. By the way, and it gets into a color issue too. Don't get it twisted. Let's just say Mary over here, and I know Mary, she's a friend of mine, and you went on a date. Some clubs, some bouncers would have a problem with that. Dark side. My opinion is, if it's good for you, it's great for me. As long as there's no drama. But so if you go from a sociological point of view, there are two different methods of thinking. One to the very right and one to the very left. And at the end of the day, you're trying to enjoy yourself. You're not trying to get hurt. Bouncers, their role is to be, again, protect and serve. That's what it's supposed to do. So if you get a sense by observation of them seeing other people that they're not doing it, you're in the wrong place.